When we stop trying to force traditions to fit our children and instead adapt traditions to work with how their brains function, something beautiful happens. The stress decreases, the joy increases, and we often discover that these adaptations make the holiday more meaningful for everyone. I'm Jenny Sherson, ex-special educator turned dyslexia interventionist. It wasn't so long ago that I, too, was overwhelmed by balanced literacy versus structured literacy, education speak, and everything in between. Fast forward after many, many hours of self-driven education, and you'll see I've built a thriving dyslexia practice helping students from age 6 to 18. My specialties? Working with a quote-unquote difficult, almost always 2E, student, and breaking down the complexities of dyslexia into everyday language strategies and action steps. The holidays are supposed to be magical, but when your child struggles with reading and writing, some of those cherished family traditions can feel more stressful than special. If you've ever watched your child struggle to write a letter to Santa or felt overwhelmed trying to help them with their holiday school projects, you're not alone. Today, we're talking about something close to my heart, making holiday traditions work for every family member, including your dyslexic child. The goal isn't to create perfect holiday moments, it's to create meaningful ones that actually work for your family. By the end of today's episode, you'll have practical ideas for adapting holiday traditions, age-appropriate activities that build on your child's strengths, and ways to celebrate December holidays that feel joyful rather than stressful. But here's the thing. When we stop trying to force traditions to fit our children and instead adapt traditions to work with how their brains function, something beautiful happens. The stress decreases, the joy increases, and we often discover that these adaptations make the holiday more meaningful for everyone. Let's start with some of the most common holiday challenges. All those reading and writing activities that seem to be everywhere during the holiday season. Take letters to Santa, for example. This tradition doesn't have to involve your child sitting down with paper and pencil, struggling to form letters and spell words. Instead, consider voice-to-text apps where your child can speak their letter and watch it appear on screen. Or try the family scribe approach. Your child dictates while you write, but they sign their name or add drawings. Some families create video messages instead, where their children can speak directly to Santa, expressing their thoughts without the barrier of written language. Holiday cards present another opportunity for creativity. Instead of requiring your child to write in every card, consider photo cards with minimal text. Or better yet, let each family member contribute their strength. Maybe your dyslexic child chooses the photos, designs the layout, or records a short voice message that can be shared digitally with family members. Gift lists can become collaborative projects too. Create visual lists using pictures from online stores. Organize them into categories, wants, needs, things to wear, things to read. This approach helps with organizational skills while reducing the writing burden. Some families use shared digital lists where children can add items by voice or by copying and pasting images. Even holiday cooking can be adapted. Your child might be the ingredient reader rather than the direction follower, or you can create visual recipe cards with pictures showing each step. The key is finding ways for your child to participate meaningfully without the activities becoming battles over reading and writing skills. Now, let's think about how these adaptations can work across different ages. Because what works for a first grader won't necessarily work for a high schooler. For elementary-aged children, holiday activities can naturally incorporate learning without feeling like schoolwork. Holiday cooking becomes math practice as they measure ingredients. Advent calendars can include activities that build skills. Maybe one day is find the red things in the house to work with visual processing, or tell a story about this ornament to build oral language skills. Holiday-themed games like scavenger hunts can work on following directions and reading environmental print without pressure. Middle schoolers are ready for more independence and can take on research projects that feel meaningful. They might research family traditions from different cultures, plan holiday events for the family, or create family newsletters or simple websites sharing holiday memories. These activities build organizational skills, research abilities, and writing skills in authentic context. High school students can take on real-world responsibilities that prepare them for adulthood. Budget planning for gifts teaches math skills and financial literacy. They might coordinate family events or mentor younger siblings in holiday preparations. These activities build executive function skills while contributing meaningfully to family celebrations. The key across all ages is to focus on your child's strengths while gently building skills in areas of challenge. A child who struggles with writing might excel at organizing, planning, or creative thinking. Lean into those strengths during the holiday activities. December is rich with different cultural celebrations, and each one offers unique opportunities for adaptation and learning. For families celebrating Hanukkah, the tradition of storytelling is perfect for children who process information better through listening than reading. Learning about the history through videos, podcasts, or oral storytelling can be more engaging than reading text. The lighting of candles each night provides routine and ritual that many dyslexic children find comforting. Kwanzaa's focus on 7 principles offers opportunities to discuss values and create family mission statements. Children can express these principles through art, music, or oral presentations rather than traditional written reports. The emphasis on community and family storytelling aligns well with the strengths many dyslexic learners have in verbal communication. And I love this next tradition. It's Icelandic, and I learned about it a couple of years ago. It's called Jólabókaflóð, which I am probably butchering, but it basically means the Christmas book flood. On Christmas Eve, families exchange books and spend the evening reading together. Now, I can already hear you. Jenny, my kid hates reading. This sounds awful. Now, hear me out, because this tradition can actually be perfect for dyslexic families when you tweak it just a little bit. The whole point isn't about struggling through text. It's about cozying up together with stories. So for us, that means audiobooks count, graphic novels count, picture books for older kids count if they're into it. The idea is the warmth of being together, not torturing anyone with decoding. Think about it. You could give your child an audiobook about something they're obsessed with, settle in with hot chocolate, and just listen together. Or pair an audiobook with the physical book so they can follow along if they want to. No pressure. Some families I know focus on illustrated books or comics. Whatever works. The point is the shared story time, the tradition of we celebrate books in this house, but in whatever form actually brings joy instead of tears. Maybe everyone shares what they're excited about in their new book. Maybe you all listen to the same audiobook together. Maybe you take turns reading aloud. You get to make it yours. Winter solstice celebrations can incorporate nature observations and science connections that appeal to hands-on learners. Researching different cultural approaches to marking the longest night can happen through documentaries, museum visits, or conversations with community members. And as we head into the new year, goal-setting traditions can focus on personal growth, kindness, or new experiences rather than academic improvements. This takes the pressure off while still encouraging kids to think about what they want ahead. Now, here's your immediate action plan for this week. Choose one holiday tradition that typically creates stress for your child and brainstorm 3 different ways to adapt it. Don't try to implement all 3. Just having options reduces the pressure on both of you. For example, if writing thank you notes after the holidays is usually a struggle, your 3 options might be recording video thank you messages, drawing pictures with one dictated sentence, or doing thank you phone calls together. Having multiple options means you can choose what works best in the moment, and it gives your child some control over how they participate in the tradition. You know, navigating all of this, the adaptations, the school piece, figuring out what actually works for your specific child, it can be a lot. If you're feeling stuck on how to get your child's school to understand and support their needs, or you just want someone in your corner who gets it, that's what I do in Together Through Dyslexia. It's my 6-month mentorship program where we work together on whatever your family needs, whether that's IEP strategies, finding the right interventions, or just having someone to talk through the hard moments with you. Remember, the goal of holiday traditions isn't to create picture-perfect moments. It's to create connection, joy, and memories that last. When we adapt traditions to work with our children's strengths rather than against their challenges, we often discover that these new approaches become the traditions our families treasure most. If you have any further questions about adapting holiday traditions for your dyslexic child, please feel free to sneak into my inbox. I'd also love your input. What would you like to hear from me in the future? Is there a topic I haven't covered yet you really want to learn more about? Or do you have a pressing need and you're not really sure how to handle it or move forward? Send me a DM on Instagram or drop me an email at jenny@literacyuntangled.com. That's JENNIE @literacyuntangled.com. I can't wait to hear from you. Until next time, Bye-bye. I hope you enjoyed this episode of Literacy Untangled. If you loved this episode as much as I did, head on over and rate and subscribe so you never miss an episode. If you want to continue the conversation or share your takeaways, head on over to our Instagram at Literacy Untangled and comment on your favorite part. I can't wait to hang out with you again soon. Bye.